Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to fly my proudly 3D printed Bell 412. When I say proudly 3D printed, what I mean by that is it's 3D printed, and I don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, I have 4 fly-wing units of these Bell electronics, and to buy a whole helicopter just to have that fuselage, or to buy the fuselage when I have a 3D printer at home, and with the modern technology today, it's very viable to just print one of these. I don't really see the issue, you know, if you assemble it properly and make sure it's all well mounted. I don't see that there should be any problems, irrespective of what some people might think. Sorry, I'm looking for the GPS light. There it is. Let me rotate it as we do. And we still have GPS. So with that said, I'll fly in ATTI mode, which I have here. So now check that this is straight. Dish. So with that in mind, right, let's actually put it level. That might help. That might help a little bit. There we go. Let's try that. And 1, 2, 3, and run. Here we go. So yeah, what happened? Let's discuss that quickly. Let me just check that I have GPS. Let's try it here. Let's look at that, eh? Little bit of a toilet, but anyway, I don't fly in GPS, but I'll check it just now again. It obviously, although it's acquired enough satellites to launch, it hasn't got enough quite enough, I should say, to hold position. Let's try that again. Still not happy. Anyway, so yeah, what happened? Okay, you know, I was speaking to some friends on Facebook chat. And as I said to him, it's very easy to make assumptions, and the easiest way to clear things up is to ask me directly, and then I will tell you directly. Most people that know me know I speak my mind. There we go, GPS nicely locked now. All very happy there, look at that. Absolutely stunning. Let's give it a bit of height. Beautiful. So yes, so I do speak my mind, and I'm very direct. Some people find that a flaw. I just don't have time to dilly-dally around. So if you want to know what happened, just ask me. But making assumptions as to why I left the group or what their concerns were doesn't really help the cause, because you're just making your own assumptions. Yeah. So I'm going to tell you now straight why I left the groups, both of them. It is because I felt that I was being targeted by some members, and it all started with the post, I think, when I was looking for an Ace, and that post didn't go well. and I was told in no uncertain terms that I won't be getting one, but it's in the post, it's on its way, and I will soon be making a very detailed, let's call it an online instruction manual on that module. So I'm very looking forward to that. I think it's got some great features that I'm very keen to try out. Not so much the automated coordinated turns as I'm demonstrating now, but some other handy features. For instance, the 3 speed modes, like slow, medium, or and sport. They're not called slow, they're called something else, so that you can do at a flick of a switch, so that's very nice. I'm looking forward to testing the compass calibration via the radio, in other words without software. So that I think is a very handy feature. And I'll demonstrate the coordinated turns, although I think it's a bit of a gimmick. I think it's very nice for people who just want to have a bit of a fly and don't want to think too much, But anyway, getting back to the group. So I left because I felt I was being targeted for my 3D prints. I believe I gave a lot to the group with a couple of 3D printed parts here and there, not fuselages of course. I mean that takes a lot of time to make, so no one can blame me for selling them. And if anybody had a problem with it, then they should have told me, Mike, please refrain from posting your links to cults because it's not fair on other users, or whatever the case may be, and I would have stopped immediately. But none of the admins came to me and said, Mike, this is not on. It's only afterwards that I hear that they let it slide or whatever it is. But I had left the group on 2 occasions before already for a similar thing, because they don't ask me what the situation is, they just assume. And if they had asked me to do X, Y and Z, I would have complied and done X, Y and Z. So I was also assured, let's just wait for this train. I was also assured by someone who introduced themselves as the CEO of Flywing on my WhatsApp group that they found my fuselages, my 3D printed fuselages, very exciting, very artistic, creative, and could I please share them on the Flywing site, which I did, 1 or 2 of them. So as far as I was concerned, everything was above board. There was little to no indication that there was ever a problem. But unfortunately, the admins took it upon themselves, and it was 2 of them, to start posting about, out of the blue, 3D printed fuselages and how they would never use one, and how they explode mid-air and warp and disintegrate and all that sort of nonsense, without actually having ever built one. They talk about stresses and instruction manuals and all sorts of nonsense. When I'm there, I'm online, I can answer any questions, and I do have build videos, granted not for every fuselage, because they're all assembled exactly in the same manner. So whether you're assembling a MD500 or a Bell 206, it's exactly the same, just the shape of the parts changes. So I didn't see the need to make a video for each and every helicopter. They're all the same. I'm just going to check my time quickly. Okay, my 8 minutes are up. So I'm going to land this and get onto my next helicopter that I have here. This thing is so beautiful, absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. 1 minute, I will be back. Another proudly 3D printed fuse, this time on a gear converted Airwolf FW 450V 2.5 chassis, flying ATI mode as usual. But yeah, so getting back to the story, don't make assumptions, post your assumptions and then assume everyone to believe that that's what the truth is. Rather just ask me directly, as many people have done, and I'll tell you exactly why, when and what. So yeah, here we go. 1, 2, 3 and run. Compared to the Bell units, this model is very agile. Well, you would expect that, of course. You would expect that from a 3D model. So anyway, that's why I left. I'm not stopping the hobby. I haven't given up. I'm going to keep doing reviews of whatever I have, particularly the ACE module, which is on its way. What is going on here? A GPS. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say, guys. Just ask me, I'll tell you. And now you know the story. I'm going to just keep doing what I'm doing. I have an, as I said, I have an ACE in the post. It's on its way. I will give you my utmost, I'll do the utmost best to give you a nice, let's call it almost like a user manual, straight out of the box experience. So we will unbox it together so that you, when you buy one, you will know what to expect. I'm hoping that the little cable comes with it to connect to my stock transmitter. The supplier said yes it did, so I am hoping that's the case. If not, I'm sure I can source one. They're not gold, so I'll be able to, it'll just cause a little bit of a delay. And yeah, so if you follow me, that's fantastic. You know, whether it be on Facebook or YouTube, I always appreciate it. And all I was trying to do is share my experiences, and if they helped new pilots, then that was great. But it seems that whatever I posted was dismissed with, this has been posted before, kind of posts 3 years ago, and all users need to do is scroll through a million posts and try and find the information. But let's be honest, new users don't do that. You can post something in a video, explain everything, and they'll still ask you what it is that you've just explained. So all I was trying to do is bring the information to the fore, you know, for new users, because there's always new people. It's not the same 100 people that fly these things. It's new people all the time, and they're not bothered to go searching how to add a new model to my radio. They don't search, they just ask the question, because inherently we're all a bit lazy. So all I was doing is, although the information was available, just bringing it to the fore in a fresh format, and that apparently didn't sit well with admin. I'll just go ahead and say it, because they in no uncertain terms told me that any information I've posted is old news. Be that as it may, it is what it is. I'm going to carry on but I will do so without judgment and ridicule. So yes, there we go, guys. I've released a little a flying bell test platform, let's call it that, the FUCH, and some people have comically given those letters a rather strange name, but the official name is, wow, look at that, eh? This is just ATI mode, hands-free, guys. You know, I'm not actually, it's just sitting there. This is not GPS, that's GPS. And let me bring it a bit closer. Flying one-handed here. So there's GPS. And here's ATI. You see that? Absolutely nothing happened. What was I saying? Yes, so the name. The official name is on the download link. But as I say, some people took it upon themselves to come up with some very creative names. So I am also giving it away. If you come up with a great name for that fuselage or that test bed, forget about the FUCH, just a good name, you know, then I'll send you the download link for free. It's just to show thanks for supporting me, and also that module is very handy if you've got, let's say you're transitioning from an H1 to an H-Ace and you want to test out the settings, then you can save yourself a fuselage, because it weighs pretty much the same as a fuselage, so it will fly very much identically. And if you do crash for some unknown reason, you won't lose a fuselage. I've heard someone comment, yeah, but fuses are only 300 bucks. Okay, fair enough, but do we all have 300 bucks lying around? You know, if you can just 3D print a test bed and achieve the same results without ruining your fuselage. I don't see any problem with that. If I had thought of that before I started any of this, I would have maybe saved myself a little bit of hassle. But for those of you that like tinkering but don't want to risk your fuses, it is available, and it's almost like an FW450, but in bell clothing, just about, because it's basically a little frame, a tail boom, and that's it really. So you could almost call that an FW206. Look at that ATI motor, it's just ridiculous, just ridiculous. Where are you going? Okay guys, I think I've ranted enough. I just want to show you just a little something, just by the way, before I knock off. So you're flying around here and it gets a bit far. Let's say you're hovering and you're just a bit far away and you think, geez, am I facing myself? Just flick it into GPS mode. There we go. Yeah, and now just start a rotation. Oh, there's front. Okay, fantastic. Because sometimes it could be in this direction, but you're just not quite sure. So that's a very handy thing, just to have it there in GPS. And now I know where I am. I can just press forward and I can come back to me. Alright guys, thanks for joining. Just a little video there for you. For those that were wondering, I didn't fall off the edge of the planet. I'm still around. I will be until I die, I suppose. Man, I love this thing. Thanks for joining, and we will see you in the next one. Happy days.